Hey real estate investors, I am outside the 12 unit. I just finished up the turn on this apartment and want to show you what I did to get it rent ready. If you remember in the before video out front we had weeds and dead bushes. Really look like crap out here. So we pulled up all the weeds and I put in some very tiny $10 bushes. Hopefully one day they grow up to be big bushes, but at least they're alive for now. And of course we mulched, and it looks much better out here. It really makes the front of the building look a lot better. I painted the front door for this apartment, and on the inside you guys have commented many times to get rid of the ugly brown outlets and switches, so I did that in here. You can see I even lined up the screw heads. I just did that for you guys. That's the only one I did it on, but it does make it look much better. The cost is about, for a standard outlet or switch, is probably about $1.10, $1.20 for the cover in the switcher outlet if you buy the contractor packs. As I've said before, the only place where it gets expensive is the GFCI outlets, which are about 20 bucks, but I do think it is worth doing. It makes the place look a whole lot newer and a lot more modern. So we cleaned up this the best we could, and I replaced this pool. I know this is supposed to go through the bottom, but it never works that well going through the bottom, so I just put it through the side there. In the bedroom, I had to do some drywall patching on that wall, and I really only painted that wall. The rest of the walls looked pretty good and it matched up. I got rid of the ceiling fan that was here. It was all rusted, and honestly ceiling fans are just a service call, so I put in a $10 or $15 boob light. Looks a lot better, and hopefully it'll save me a service call down the road. The closet doors, turns out they were pretty bad shape. The frame was missing on the bottom of both of them, so I just cut up a 2x4 and glued that and pin nailed it in, and of course painted them, which looks much better than the brown. Probably will be a maintenance item on a turn. You'll probably have to paint them every time because people will have their handprints on them and stuff, but I think it's worth it, and it looks a lot better than the brown doors did. Of course, we replaced the smoke detectors. I don't know why, but people will just always take them down when the batteries go bad and they get damaged or lost, and you end up replacing them. The bathroom is probably the biggest differences in here. The vanity, once we cleaned it up, the top was in such bad condition. It looked like someone had taken a razor blade to it. So we just tore it out and replaced it, put in a new faucet, a mirror. I got rid of the medicine cabinet and just put a cheap light up there. My daughter cleaned up the bathtub and it came out pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's much better than what it was. And I also, in this building, I pay for the water, so I changed out the shower head to a low flow. I think this is a 1.5 gallon per minute. I don't remember the brand, but I can look it up. I just bought it on Amazon if anyone's interested in knowing what brand it was. In the kitchen, I was able to patch or just glue up this door and salvage it, thank goodness, because that's always a lot of work to try to match up a door to the existing stain. Cleaned it up. The faucet, I forgot, we ended up replacing that. The stem on the other one was frozen. I couldn't move it, so we ended up just putting in a new faucet. My daughter cleaned this up. It came out pretty good. She cleaned this up in here, and we did throw away the snuff and the hot pockets, but I have to admit I saved the bourbon shooters, and actually they're already gone. So anyhow, so total we had, and it's hard to come up with a total number of hours. We probably had about 45 in this, but I got called away on service calls and things like that. 17 of those hours were for my daughter, who was cleaning. Now, she doesn't set a land speed record when she's cleaning, but she got the job done. She did a good job, so I'm happy with that. As far as cost, once again, it's a little difficult because I have the paint and the drywall mud and all that stuff. If I had to guess, a total price, if you had to buy everything, was probably around $450, $500. The biggest expense was the vanity, which was $200, the vanity and top. Mirrors about $50. The two faucets were about $50 a piece, and then a couple of cheap lights. So they're $10 or $15 a piece, plus the outlets and things. So please let me know what you think about the turn. Let me be kind in the comments, and let me know if there's anything you would have done differently or anything that I missed. Thank you guys for watching.